Hello? Honestly, I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people do it. I do not know how people just allow their children to go anywhere. And my thing is like food, right? Like, and be fed anything. Like, it freaks me the frick out to think that my children are going places and being fed poison because that is their only option. It freaks me the freak out. Like, if they were going somewhere and they were being served alcohol, I would not let them go. Why? Because alcohol is a poison and they're gonna get addicted to it, and it can harm them, right? Okay, and then if I sent them somewhere and somebody was offering them cigarettes, I would be like, no, you can't go anymore. Like, absolutely not. Somebody's trying to give you poison. Like, I love you. I don't want you to be poisoned. Like, no. But when it comes down to food, nobody takes that shit serious at all. Like, and I have a hard time separating the way it makes me feel by what is the right way to parent. I mean, one option would be to not let them go. And then who am I hurting? My child. Another option would be to talk to their parents and say, so my child is going to have to bring a duffel bag of food if she wants to hang out here. And she's only allowed to eat from her duffel bag. You know, that's an option. And that kind of sits better with me. The third option could just be to pretend like it doesn't bother me and just let them go and say to myself, you ate the bullshit when you were growing up, Sarah, and you were okay. I mean, I'm okay now, but I was overweight at 8 years old, and by 10 I was diagnosed with depression, and by 15 I was diagnosed mild schizophrenia and bipolar, and my periods were heavy as fuck. I bled like crazy. So I was overweight and depressed and bleeding like a stuffed pig every month. Okay. And then by 21, I was on at least 6 antidepressants and bipolar psych meds. By 21, they hospitalized me a couple of times because, you know, when you give somebody psych meds and they don't agree, then sometimes you get a little wacky and you end up in the hospital. So I ended up there like 4 different times. In the back of a cop car once or twice, freaking out from these freak out moments. And then I ended up a full-blown addict. April 20th, 2017, I went into recovery. I went into a rehab and I decided that I was going to take my life back. And when I took my life back from the drugs, I also decided that I was not going to put any type of drugs in my system at all. And that is the day that I pushed away all the pharmaceutical drugs that they told me that I needed. And I also changed my lifestyle. I started exercising, you know, and I started breathing properly. And with quitting the drugs, I also quit the alcohol, and then I quit the cigarettes, and then I felt much better. I didn't feel crazy anymore, so I knew I didn't need the psych meds. And then whenever I started eating right, that's when the game totally changed for me. I realized that I did not have to bleed like a pig for freaking 7 days, passing clots. I didn't have to do that anymore. I didn't have to suffer every month. I didn't even have depression anymore. My anxiety went away. My anger and my hormones were balanced. Like, it was all because of the things that were being put into my body and a little bit of unhealed trauma that changed the whole game for me. So do I say, well, you know, they're only kids. Just let them do. They'll figure it out later on. Like, when will they figure it out? After they go through all the bullshit that I went through? It makes it really difficult. It makes it really difficult as a parent, and I understand that their journey is not my journey, and I get it. But I do know that I read the ingredient list on this shitty ass food. And I do know that it's chemicals that cause severe toxemia and brain fog and neurological issues and cancer. Like, some of these ingredients and some of these foods are causing cancer. And do I not let them go? Do I send them with a bag of food? Do I just sit back and just pray that they make the right choice? This is a very, very difficult place to be when you are a conscious mother in an unconscious world. If 98% of the people are eating the bullshit, they're also on pharmaceuticals and seeing the doctor often, and they feel like shit and they're depressed, and it goes all hand in hand. When we understand that the Food and Drug Administration is the Food and Drug Administration. You know what I mean? The same people making the food is the same people making the drugs. And we have to put two and two together at some point. But as a mother, this is a tricky one. And I'm not too sure what to do about it.